So thank you guys so much for calling in tonight. I'm so excited to talk with you today and to get to see your pretty faces, handsome faces. Um, for all those that don't know Tim hopefully will be new to the team soon. I'm really excited that he's called in tonight to listen to what we're going to discuss and get pumped up for the new year and our goals. So really, as mentioned in the team page, I really want to talk about thinking about this opportunity as a business and where everyone stands with that and what your goals are and how it aligns with everything. I want people to really think about again, and I know we talk about our why all the time, and everyone says it's always in the back of my head, and it's something that I'm thinking about. But I mean, be honest with yourself. Like, do you lose focus of your why? Do you guys constantly remind yourself as to why you wanted to become a coach and why you wanted to get started with this business? Was it because you really just wanted to help people get healthy and fit because you got great results? Was it because you love the idea of having personal freedom? Do you want financial freedom? Do you want to build your dream life and be traveling the world and not have to answer to someone and be your own boss? And even if you want those things, are you connecting with that and understanding that it is possible, and the things that you need to do in order to get there, and trying to overcome your fear and realizing you have this huge support system behind you with Beachbody in order to reach your goals. This opportunity, guys, is such a blessing because you're not only starting a business for as low as a cost of $140. You have a huge support team. You're running your business, but you have Beachbody, you have their tools, and you have all of us and me as your leader to help you in order to get to where you want to be. So it's really an amazing opportunity, guys. And I want to constantly, remind ourselves of this every day throughout our businesses, to understand that we aren't alone in this. Because I think it's so easy, especially around, like, I know this last few weeks were been really stressful for me with being home. And I'll be honest with you guys, I was way more overwhelmed than I ever have been since I've been a coach. And I don't know what it was. I think it maybe was to the point that I've just got burnt out between my MBA and this opportunity, and then trying to spend time with family and friends and trying to give them my attention. And I just kind of got lost last week and trying to figure out how to get back on track. And I realized something, that I love routine. Like, I need my routine. Like, I crave it. I love it. Like, I love talking with you guys on a daily basis. And it's so important to me in order to get to a place where I feel like I'm being successful with reaching my goals. So I'm saying that to you guys to be real with you and to be honest, for you to think about, what do you need? Like, what do you need to be doing above the daily behaviors every day to make you successful, to get yourself in the right mindset in order to feel like you have the ability to reach your goals and you believe in yourself, and you have the self-motivation in order to get to where you want to be. I'm going to talk about a few things. I'm actually going to share my screen with you guys. This is something I've never done before, so hopefully it works well. I just put together a few simple slides in order to kind of talk through things with you and really what I wanted to discuss. So I'm going to share my screen right now. Let's see if this works. All right. Can everyone see? It's just my background right now. You can see how organized I am at the moment with all my folders. All right, so can you guys see these slides? So it says choose your sign. Okay. So like I said, I kind of want to talk about creating your dream life and treating this like a business. So when I say create your dream life, that's different for everyone, guys. So again, I mean, why did you start this business? What were you looking for? So most of you have probably seen this document, this picture right here. It's been shared multiple times in different coach pages. But again, like, reconnect with it and, think about, what path are you on right now? I want everyone to write down, or if you're brave enough to put in the chat box, right now, where do you think you are with this business? Are you a discount coach? Be honest with yourself. Do you feel like you're a discount coach? Are you a hobby coach? Are you a business builder? Like, where do you want to be in this business? Can I see the chat? I can't see it. Let me see. All right, I'll have to look at it after. Oh, here we go. if you feel, so like when looking at this chart, you know, a hobby coach, so you have a full-time job, you love sharing the products with others, you want to earn extra income. Is that really where you want to be, or is that where you are right now? So what I mean by that is you in your mind might want to be a business builder, but are you doing the things that you need to do to get there? And again, be honest with yourself. Think about it. Yeah, you may have a full-time job, but want to be a business builder on top of that. So you have to think about how you're going to manage your time in order to get to where you guys want to be. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy. You guys have to really think about, you know, where are you now? Where do you see yourself? And what do I need to do in order to get there? And I'm glad you said that, April, because personally, when I was looking at this chart, when I was, you know, thinking about the team call and putting this together, I think a lot of people are in between a hobby coach and a business builder right now, which isn't a bad thing. But I will say, I think it's a tough place to be, because I think it's hard to, or easy to get stuck with your in between your goals and deciding which way you run more in this business. So maybe you have some weeks where you're really strong and you feel like, you know, I'm a business builder. I really want to grow this into the, you know, create the life of my dreams, $1 million business, whatever it may be, what your big goals are. You know, a business builder is someone that has huge goals. Like they want to make this their full-time career, or at least even if it's still part-time on top of their other job. I mean, they're thinking of this as a full-time, I'm my own boss, you know, I'm going to really be really successful in this. And then, you know, if you feel like you're a hobby coach too, you kind of probably, I'm not sure because I haven't talked to you guys all one-on-one, but you may be experiencing a pull in between these two. And it could be a struggle for you if you know, you want to be a business builder, but you're stuck as a hobby coach because you don't know how to move to that next level. And those are the things I really want to talk about today. And I want you guys to understand the difference between those, and the difference between the, you know, daily activities and the monthly activities that you guys need to be doing in order to get to where you want to be. And also getting into that mindset as a coach. So, you know, I think where people mostly get stuck is because as a hobby coach, we all start this business usually because we love the products. You know, most people use the products. They had really great success with the products. So they want to push forward and, you know, give back to others and yell from the rooftops about these products because they love them so much. And hey, if I can be making some money doing it, great. And I mean, that's how I felt in the beginning. Like I was like, I love Beachbody. I love the products. I've done several different programs, but I always wanted to be my own boss. But I didn't know what that meant at the time. I wanted to be a business builder, but I didn't know how to. You know, so I think it's easy to just love the product so much and get stuck on the challenge groups and just put a lot of energy into challenge groups and helping others, and then kind of lose sight of the other activities you need to be doing on top of running your challenge groups and getting people excited about the products and posting about, you know, your results and your upcoming challenge group. And you forget about the whole business piece of it. And there's not a healthy balance of recruiting other people who, you know, may want to be coaches, or even, you know, having a team page and getting yourself set up to be a strong leader. I know I've talked about this before, guys, but the way I kind of transitioned into being a strong business builder is I believed I was there before I got there. Like I was faking it. Like I had a few people under me, but I was acting like I was Melanie Mitro, like top earner in the company. And the reason why is because I believed that I'd be there. I knew that this opportunity would allow me to get there, but I had to start doing the daily habits, the weekly habits, and the monthly habits in order to get there. I had to be setting those short-term and long-term goals for myself in order to get to where I want to be. So I really think that's a mindset shift that needs to happen if you feel like you're stuck in between those two areas. So if you feel like you're a hobby coach, but you want to be a business builder, you know, just be honest with yourself and understand where you are and, you know, what you need to do to get to where you want to be. I'm just going to read this. No, Holly, definitely. I mean, I appreciate you mentioning that. I mean, it's kind of what I want to talk about, guys. Like a lot of people, if you guys read the chat, so Holly said, I feel like you've been a business builder without being in between and a full-time job. What do you think, Heather? And to be honest, guys, and this is what I mean by thinking about your business, your coaching opportunity as a business. I don't think everyone really, when they come on as a coach and they commit to being, or they want to be a business builder and they think like, that's what I'm going to do. They don't really look at this as, I'm my own boss. I have full control over this. I need to treat this like I'm starting my own business. Yes. Like I said, you have the support from Beachbody. They take care of all of the inventory and sending things. You have a coach like me, or you have other people in the community that are there for you every step of the way to help you. But don't allow for you to forget that you are a leader. You are your own boss. Like I started this business because I didn't want to answer to anyone anymore. That doesn't mean that I didn't want support from someone. Doesn't mean that I still don't need leadership in order to get to where I want to be. Guys, why do you think people start their own business, but they still have a business mentor? Because you still need that leadership. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to guide you and walk you through every step in order to get there. You need to put in the work yourself. Like I'm here to help you, to give you the information and knowledge that you need, but I'm not going to do it for you guys. I'm not going to hold your hand every step of the way and be feeding things to you, because it's not going to make you successful. You need to step up as a leader and take in all of the knowledge that's, given to you through the trainings, through the YouTube videos that you listen to, through these calls, through things that I post on the page. And not just listen to them and think, oh, that sounds great. Like, I'm so happy for Heather. She's doing so well and this is great. And the team's awesome and they're hitting Success Club. And you're just sitting there and not reaching your goals because you just, maybe you have this fear of not being able to do it, or you just, I don't know what it is. So like, think about that. So think about why other people are doing it and why maybe you're not achieving those things yet, and take ownership over that, and get excited about that, guys. Like for me, like that's so exciting. At the end of the day, people ask me all the time, why do you love this so much? You know what my real reason is, guys? I mean, yes, I love helping people, but I love being my own boss. I love, at the end of the day, my success is on me. If I have a really bad week, if I didn't hit my goal of 10-star at this end of year, that's on me. I could have stepped up more as a leader. I could have formed more. I could have put in more time. And I think of this even on top of when I had a full-time job, even on top of going to school full-time to get my MBA in a year program. I didn't make excuses for myself, guys, because I understand it. That doesn't matter. It can't matter. I decided that I'm going to run my own business, and I fully commit to that. And I understand, Tim jokes that I never sleep, but I don't care. Like, I mean, I do sleep, guys, but like, I put in the time where I have the time in order to grow my business in the way that I want it to grow. So I'm not saying like don't sleep. I'm just saying think about this from, I'm going to start my own business and I want it to be successful and I want A, Z, B, whatever to happen. And these are the goals that I set for myself. What do I need to do in order to get there? Do you think really reaching out to a few people every couple days, waiting 2 weeks to follow up, posting once a month, you really think that's going to draw people to get excited to be part of your team, to get excited to join one of your challenge groups? They want to see your passion. They want to see your commitment to this. They want to be truly inspired and feel like, wow, this person's so positive and fun and exciting to be around that I want to be on their team. I mean, guys, we all know there's several Beachbody coaches. So why do people choose you? Because they connect with their story, because they see your drive and commitment. You're painting the picture and dream for them, and they're figuring out that they can do that for themselves as well. So like I said, think about it. I think it's a great activity for you guys to write down, when you started, what did you want to do? Did you want to be a business builder? Did you say to your coach, yes, I want to work hard to earn 6 figures? And then think about where you are now. Are you actually working this as it's your own business, as a business builder, kicking ass, taking names? Or are you a hobby coach, loving the products and kind of talking about them and sharing them with others, but not getting yourself to really where you want to be? So the next slide that I'm going to show you guys. So this is really, so obviously you can look at this, and this is an estimated yearly earnings. So don't get stuck on these numbers. Don't look at this and say, oh my God, I was an Emerald all year, and either I didn't make $3,000 or I made way more than $3,000. This is a simple guideline that I've kind of created through Beachbody's average earnings. So, when looking at this, guys, I mean, try to connect with what the levels mean in this business. So again, if you're a hobby coach, you may not even be an emerald coach. You may not have anyone signed up under you. So, if you're a coach, if you look at the bottom gray on the screen, I mean, the average income you're going to make could be as low as $500 or $23,000. And $23,000 a year, guys, like, if that's cool for you guys, if this is just a hobby for you, you just want to be making some extra cash to, buy groceries every month or put a little money in the savings, whatever it may be, that's fine. All I'm saying is to understand what that means for you. So to connect with your goals. And if that's what you want, then you're fine being a hobby coach. And don't put the pressure on yourself of, thinking, oh, I want to build this business, but I don't have the time and stuff to do it. It's like, you have to make the choice. You have to decide where you are and how that aligns with your goals. So going up, so if you're an emerald coach right now, you can make, of course, these are huge jumps, guys, because an emerald coach means you have 2 active coaches under you. So basically this high average that it's showing is those 2 coaches that you have are kick-ass coaches. So they're really working in the business. You're bringing in new sales every month. Maybe they're not discount coaches, so you're not growing in rank, but you're still bringing in volume. When you go up and up and up, I mean, I know for my team, one of the first really true goals that we make is hitting diamond, because it's, a really great place if you want to be a business builder. It's a really great goal to set for yourself in order to start growing your business to a place where you are making income and you're stepping up as a leader and feel like you have the confidence and knowledge in order to get to that next level, to get to Star Diamond, to get to 15 Star Diamond, and really be creating your dream life and creating an income that you can live off of, and you can, do whatever you need to do for your family. You can retire your spouse if that's something that interests you. You won't have to worry about money. You can pay off debt. You can save money. When you get to those diamond, Star Diamond ranks, that's when big things happen, guys. That's when you're going to start making 6 figures. You need to connect with that and not be scared of that if that's something that you want. If you saw this business as an opportunity to completely change your life, then you need to understand what that means for yourself and what it takes in order to get there. And don't be scared of it, because it's not a scary thing, guys. Starting any business, if you're starting your own business, it's going to take time and effort in the beginning. It's just the way it is. It doesn't miraculously happen. Yes, this is network marketing. You can work it from your house, but it's not going to just happen for you. No one's going to, just be throwing money into your bank account. It's just not how it happens. Even when you reach diamond, you still have to constantly be pushing yourself and setting new goals in order to get to that next level. So you continue to keep growing your income and, reaching the goals that you set for yourself. Just wanted to see. So then the next slide that I have, and I wanted to address this today because I know I had posted in the page a couple weeks ago and Lindsay had some questions on it. So guys, again, this is another example. So don't get stuck on these numbers, because in this business, it's very hard to set very specific activities, weekly and monthly activities and goals in order to get you to $2,000 a week or $2,000 a month. But what this picture shows is basically a rough estimate of, what you guys need to be doing and what you need to be thinking about in order to get to where you want to be in this business. And again, this is more important probably for someone that wants to be a business builder and has big goals with this opportunity and wants to develop this into a 6-figure business or 7-figure business, if that's something that really interests you guys. So when looking at this, it's basically, they call it the reverse engineered income, because it's basically getting you to think about, okay, how much money do I want to be making a week in order to feel like I've gotten to a place in my business where I can support my family. Maybe I can quit my other job that I have that I don't want to be doing because I'm miserable at it. I want to be home with my children every day, but still being able to provide for my family. If you're me, you want to be traveling the world and be able to do something, be making income and growing a business from anywhere. This gives you the opportunity to think, okay, what do I need to be doing on a weekly, even a daily, weekly, monthly basis in order to get to that point? And it's easy for someone to look at this and say, well, I've done that many invites, and I've done that many challenge group invites weekly, and I'm not to $2,000 a week, guys. But be honest with yourself again. Think about it from a very deep level and strategic level. Where are you doing that consistently, though? Are you doing that every week? Every week. That's a lot of work, guys. I mean, when you look at these numbers, it's not a piece of cake. It definitely takes a lot of work. You're trying to grow your network, so you're finding new people. You're finding enough people to talk to. You have coaches under you that, are open to working this business. When it says one-on-one with coaches, guys, that means coaches under you that are taking this seriously, that you're trying to help them grow. So, when that shows $2,000 a week, that's not something that's easy to achieve. So don't get intimidated by this, but understand what it takes in order to get there is kind of my point. So, if you guys aren't making that yet, and you only have 4 active superstars under you, or even coaches that, aren't to diamond yet, understand that, you're growing, and that's a really positive thing, and continue to keep working with those people so that they're successful in order to get you where you want to be. But you're just not there yet, and that's okay. And I think that's something that I want to keep reiterating right now while we set goals for ourselves for the upcoming new year. And to understand, guys, when you don't hit a goal, it's okay. Don't get down on yourself. Just make another goal. Continue to keep pushing yourself. And think about, like anything, do personal development and think about, why didn't I hit that goal? Was I doing everything that I needed to be doing? Was I talking to enough people? Am I inspiring myself? Look at your posts, daily posts, weekly posts, and think to yourself, is that something that would draw me to myself? If I wasn't a coach right now, would I want to come on with this person? Would I be excited to work with them? Think about, what are the things that you're doing to help your coaches to be successful? Are you placing them into the correct trainings? Are you having one-on-one calls with them? Do you feel like you're giving them all the knowledge they need to be successful? And the most important thing, guys, when you look at this, invites, follow-ups, new combos, new friends, all of this comes down to talking to more people. And, that's something that I think everyone maybe gets scared of when they think, oh, I need to keep growing my network. I'm running out of people to talk to. And to be honest, guys, I've had these moments in my business, but I'm here to tell you it's not going to happen. There's always other people to be talking to. You just have to put yourself out there. You have to be growing your social network. You have to be talking to people whenever you get the opportunity. It was just the holidays. Hopefully you were talking to family and friends. I have a huge family, so we do a Secret Santa every year, and I had my aunt, who I know has been into fitness for years. She's never showed interest in these programs or Shakeology, but you know what I did? I bought her this really nice Lululemon sweater, and then I gave her a box of shakes. And I was like, maybe I'll get a customer out of it, because if she tries them and loves them, maybe she'll try to order them. So I'm not saying that's a tactic you need to use, but think outside of the box. Always be willing to be talking to people. By that action and me doing that, my cousin was like, hey, I want to try the shake. So it just creates this opportunity and this conversation between people, and an opportunity for them to ask you about the products when you didn't even know if they had an interest. I want to stress enough that going into this new year, over this next week, guys, try to be talking to as many people as possible. Make a list of 100 people or more, that people that you can start talking to, and that maybe you don't even know at this time if they're interested, but they're an acquaintance of yours. You feel like maybe they're not in a place in their life where they want to be. Maybe they need help with their health and fitness, whatever it may be. Where you feel like you can add value through this opportunity, with the products, with the coaching opportunity, both, doesn't matter. Put them on that list and start forming with them. Send them a personal message. Try to connect with them in any way that you can in order to get, to the point where you can have those conversations, and keep talking to more people. I mean, some people are going to be really interested right away, and some people are going to take time. So, and that's when we start talking about momentum again, going into the new year. You want to be talking to as many people as possible, because people usually purchasing from me right now are the people that I started talking to 2-3 months ago. So, this business is about numbers and talking to people, but it's also about building relationships. So, those things go hand in hand. So make sure that you plan for that, and don't just push off your goals. And this is why it's so important to stay consistent and be doing the weekly activities and setting the monthly goals that you see on this screen. You can't just be doing monthly goals, because what happens is you get to the end of the month and you're still at Success Club 0 and you don't understand why. And the reason is because you didn't set these weekly activities for yourself. You haven't been doing the things that you need to do in order to get there. Now you're going to scramble because you're going to start trying to do what you needed to do over 4 weeks in 1 week. So, think about that, guys. Make life easier for yourself. Like, work smarter, not harder. And I honestly have tried to really, get a handle on that over the past year. Like, you guys know, my schedule has been insanely crazy. And yes, anyone can blame, not having enough time on their business not building. But when you're good about your time and you understand what you need to be doing, if you guys saw the inside track of my business over the last year, you maybe would have said, like, Heather, well, you're missing out on that. But my business is still growing because I was smart about it. I knew in order to get to my goals, I needed to do certain activities I needed to do to get there. And the other activities just took the back burner. So think about that. Think about how first, set goals for yourself for the new year, set short-term goals, set long-term goals, and think about those goals and think about what it's going to take to get there. Maybe becoming, like figuring out Instagram and starting something new like that isn't going to get to you where you want to be with your goals. Maybe it's just talking to people. I mean, yes, that's growing your network, but do what works for you at the time. The time it will take in order to learn a new platform like that might kill time that you have to do other things. But maybe for someone else, that's where they are in their business, where learning a new platform or starting to send out a mass email chain to people in order to get interest is something that would work for them. But again, understand, the certain behaviors that everyone needs to be doing. And the number one thing is talking to as many people as possible. And then understand how that aligns with you. How does that work? How am I going to do that? How does it make sense for me because of the passions that I have, because of the time that I have, because of the long-term goals that I have. So, and reach out to me if you need help with this. Reach out to your coach. Never feel like you don't have the support you need in order to get to where you want to be. Some of you may be so lost and confused that you don't even know where to begin, and that's okay. And I want you guys to understand that. And if you feel that way, don't just get off this call and, take a deep breath and be so overwhelmed that you just give up, or you take, the next week off and you just wait for the new year. Don't do that, because right now is such a crucial time in order to set yourself up to be successful in 2016. People are probably starting to sign up for the gym for their New Year's resolution, but they're probably not completely there yet, but they're going to get there in the next few weeks. And you want to be the person in their ear that they've been talking to, and you want them to think, you know what? I'm not going to sign up for a gym this year. I'm actually going to reach out to Jude, and I'm going to sign up with her for a Beachbody program because I'm seeing her results and they're kicking ass. It sounds really positive. I love the fact that I can do it in my home in 30 minutes and I have the support from Jude for a really low price, like instead of paying for personal training. And I get the nutrition piece too, which is fantastic because, usually people go to the gym, but they're still not eating correctly. So they don't get the results they're looking for. So, think about your posts over the next week and think about how you can reach people in a way that gets them excited to work with you. I wrote a post today, and it was a short post, but it was about hammer and chisel. And I basically was thinking about what I was going to write. And I said, you know what, you can do this in the gym or at home. And I think that's an opportunity with hammer and chisel, to be honest, guys. I think this is our opportunity to really target gym go-getters. Because honestly, like this program, you need a workout bench. You need gym utilities. So like they can do this on their phone with on demand, or they can bring their laptop, whatever it may be. I feel like this is a workout that will speak to them. So we have to think about ways how to be creative in order to send that message and to get them excited about them. Again, maybe it's writing something about, hey, you could have your own personal trainer, still go to the gym, but have your own personal trainer on your computer telling you what to do. Because most people can't afford personal training, or they don't want to. Like they don't, they want to be working with someone every day or be stuck to a certain timeline with them. So think about these things. Get creative, guys. Have fun with your business. but also treat it like a business and have fun with that too. Understand and, connect with this opportunity and what it can do for your life. And I know it's sometimes hard when you're not there yet and you're not seeing these huge paychecks and you're not going on these huge trips and qualifying for the cruise and leadership yet. But I'm telling you right now, if you get yourself into the mindset that you will be there and you don't settle for anything less and you don't make excuses for yourself and you're just like, you know what? This is my year. I'm going to own this. I'm going to do whatever I need to do to get there. Just keep pushing. Set a goal for yourself. If you don't hit it, set another goal and keep pushing, guys. Honestly, that's the real secret to my success. I just keep pushing. Something will happen, either I don't hit a rank or I fall out of qualifying for something and I get upset. And then I'm like, you know what, Heather? Pick yourself up, because sitting there and feeling sorry for yourself is going to get you nowhere. And the reason why I feel this way is because of personal development that I've done, because of where I've been in my life, guys. Do you know how many times I had a pity party for myself and it lasted probably 6 months out of the year? And then I wondered why I had such a shit year. And my income wasn't increasing. I wasn't getting jobs that I wanted. I was in miserable relationships. It's because I couldn't get myself out of that mindset. I couldn't set myself into a positive environment, in a positive place where I felt like I could be successful with my goals. So think about that. Think about, where are you mentally? Do you feel like you can do this, guys? Do you feel like, leaving all of the activities aside and knowing that what you need to do, you're getting the knowledge, okay, you're trying to apply it, but unless you're in the mindset of applying it and understand that you're a gift to people, this opportunity is a gift and you're a gift to them, guys. You are helping people. You're putting yourself out there. You're sharing with them. You're getting vulnerable with them, and because you believe in it. You believe in this opportunity. You understand that what it can do for you, and you want to give that back to people. That's the kind of energy and excitement you need to create for them. So that's really what I had to give to you guys tonight. Let me see if there's any chats in here. If you guys want to share anything or add, if anyone's willing to speak up and share their goals and how they're feeling right now. I want to take more opportunity for you guys to talk on these calls too, and to get that accountability from us. Maybe you have these big goals for yourself, but you have fallen off track and you've lost focus and you don't feel like you're doing, I don't want to say not doing the things you need to do to get there, but maybe you don't even know what you need to be doing to get there. So if anyone wants to speak up and has questions, or you can reach out to me personally if you don't feel comfortable right now. I want you guys to know I'm always here to help you. So thank you so much for calling in, guys. I'm just going to read the chat too. I don't know if I missed anything in here. Nice, Jenny. How did that go? How did the Shakeology samples go, if you don't mind?
Yeah, so I had a ton of triple combo packs, extra ordered, because I was ordering them extra for samples. So I had one unopened, and I'm like, you know what? We're having a staff breakfast. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to bring in the whole thing. And I made out little cards for everybody, and I just wrote my name and blah, blah, blah. And that day I had 2 people come into my classroom, and they're like, yeah, I totally want to order it. So I'm talking to people tonight about it. So yeah, it's just for me, because it's I'm new to this job. I didn't want to generally go out and announce that I was a coach, but I feel like this was a good way because I was giving them something. So it worked out.
Awesome.
Hopefully
that's really great.
Continues to pay off.
Yeah, I feel like it's waiting for those moments where you feel like of an opportunity where you're just putting your passion out there and excitement for the products and not feeling like you're pushing it and being salesy. I feel like a lot of people kind of get stuck there because they don't want to feel like they're throwing it in people's face, but they love the product so much they want people to try it. So yeah, I think that's really fantastic. I know Holly too. I know she's cooking and stuff. So but Holly does a fantastic thing. She's mentioned before where she always has a few Shakeology packets in her purse in case, she does run into someone. She's so funny. She apparently talks to people a lot when she's in the dressing room, because she'll be like, oh, I don't know if this fits because I've lost, 50 pounds. And then of course that strikes their attention. They're like, oh my God, you've lost 50 pounds. How have you done that? And then she's like, oh, here you go. There's a sample. So guys, this is brilliant. And it really does happen pretty naturally when you take the opportunity to do something like that. And if you do it right, which I know Holly does, even though I'm not there, because she's one of the most genuine and caring people I've ever met, like, just, show people your excitement and be genuine with them, and just, be like, yeah, like, I've lost so much weight with this program, and I think it's the best thing out there, and you really have to try it. And I just happen to have a sample on me today. So, they may read through it, but they won't care because you're giving them a free sample. So it's fine.
I wanted to mention that too. Like, when I do it, it's not like a stage thing. Like, I don't do it every time I'm in the dressing room. Like, I, when I talk to people, a lot of the times I'm looking for help from them. Like, I have a really hard time. I just 50 pounds. So trying on clothes, I'm trying to wear clothes that are more fashionable than I used to wear. And I see people, wearing the clothes, and I'm like, great, well, I'll ask their opinion. And in return, I talk to them, and I never expect anything back. But if they do happen to ask me about it, then I like to be prepared. I always like to be prepared because you don't know if you're ever going to see that person again. And it's not even about making a sale for me. It's literally about helping that person and changing their life if they're looking for it, So.
Caitlin, stop playing with it.
I think I have a little something to add, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So I've been doing this, I guess, almost a year. And I think what it comes down to is, like, all of us, we have our whys, we have our reasons for wanting to do the business. And there's so many different paths you can take to do it. There's so many things that you can spend your time doing, that for me, what's been most helpful just recently is dividing my time into two categories. The things that you really need to do and the things that you want to do, and making sure you do the things you need to do first.
Don't like it.
So creating, like, a really, like, kick butt power hour. How many people are you going to, call or message, like, brand new people? Then follow up with, the people that you've been chatting with in the past. And then, following up your challengers and your coaches. Like, that's your power hour. Those are the activity things you can check off your list. And then you can start doing your fun creative posts and filters and, like, Instagrams, and your, wanting to do webinars, like learning more about that, like things that make you excited and light that fire inside of you. Because I think for a while there, I was getting so caught up in the things that really excited me and that I had a passion for, that I forgot to do, the nitty gritty things that would help me build my business. I think so those are my 2 cents.
Absolutely. That's a really good point, Lindsay. Thank you. I think having, like, being able to, like, break it down like that is really helpful for people. And I was telling Lindsay earlier, we were speaking privately, and I was telling her that 2016 is, like, my year to get organized, because I do what I need to do to be successful, but I really want and be able to explain things like Lindsay just did, in order to make things easier for you guys to, like, plan out your days and to understand how to work your business in a way that works for you. So, Lindsay and I were talking about, there's some things that every coach needs to be doing to be successful. And, like, those are the things she's saying, the things that you need to do and the things you want to do. So, and the things that you want to do should be where you be creative and where you stand out as your own independent coach. Like, I use Facebook as my primary source, but maybe someone who's more creative or is more into, like, Pinterest or in food and stuff like that, and they want to, use Pinterest in order to be successful with their business. So, think about it in those ways, like Lindsay's saying, in order to, be passionate about it and make it yours, but understand that there are other things that everyone needs to be doing in order to be successful. So thank you, Linz. That was great. All right, well, I won't take up too much more of your time. Thank you guys for calling in. We'll definitely be having a call next week too, so I'll make sure I post that in the page. And I also wanted to announce that I am going to be starting my 5-day sneak peeks into coaching again. So I'm going to be starting one on the 4th next Monday. So if you guys have anyone, I know some people are running their own already too. If you guys have anyone that you would like to add to the group, let me know, and I'll post it in the team page as well. So we can create some buzz around it and start posting about it and get people excited. Because I really think come this new year, people are setting new goals for themselves. They're looking for a big change. So I think it's really an opportunity to start talking to people and get them excited about this. You know, get them to do this before they commit to doing something else. So I love all you guys, and I will talk to you all soon. Thank you.
Thank you.